Hi individuals! This is probably the third take I'm taking on this video. It's really nerve-wracking being in front of a camera again. I haven't made videos in so long, and it was for good reasons. So, this is my introduction video, and I want to reintroduce myself to the YouTube world and to really anyone who is watching this. My name is Danny, and hi. So I wasn't really entirely sure of what I wanted to do with this channel, and I decided to make it just like myself, filled with so many different things and so many different interests, and you know what? I think that's the best way to go about this. So I used to have a different YouTube channel where I would put covers and a bunch of videos that I edited, and also some vlogs, and that's how I got started really. I decided to separate the two videos, so in case I ever want to do covers, I still have the other channel, but this channel in specific is going to be my new platform. So I'm kind of excited, and I'm also really kind of nervous. Who am I kidding? I'm nervous. I took a hiatus from making videos to begin with because I really needed to learn myself. I really needed to learn things about myself and embrace things that I didn't think I could embrace. So, to explain that a little more, I'm also going to talk about the username that I chose. Man with Wings stems from me and my gender identity. I'm non-binary, which means that I don't really fit within the gender binary, and for those of you who don't know what that means, it's probably because you're so used to it, honestly. The gender binary is sort of a system, a societal system, or an idea that men and women are the only genders that exist. So you can imagine how hard it is for those of us who don't live within those guidelines. Non-binary folk are people who fluctuate in between or who fluctuate outside of that system. I fluctuate alright. My name, Man with Wings, really came because most people who look at me assume that I'm cisgendered female. Assume that because I dress feminine, because I present myself in a more feminine way, that I like how when I'm making my first video, my camera decides to die on me. I forgot to charge it. Oof. This was sort of like last minute just because I have a lot of extra time, so this happened. Anyway, back to my idea. Most people assume I'm a woman, right? But in reality, I actually identify as more male, but find myself more comfortable in things like makeup, which apparently is really feminine. But if you really got to know me, you would see that most of my mannerisms are pretty masculine, and the way that I act can be pretty masculine sometimes. And it's just something that I'm still learning to understand about myself. I'm still learning to understand what it really means to be non-binary and trying to find people who are like me. And I think that's part of the reason why I really wanted to continue doing this, was because it's so rare to find someone who's genderqueer. And I think it's important for me to build my own support system in a way. But also try to show people that just because I'm non-binary, that doesn't mean that's all that I am. I have so much more to myself. I did mention my love for makeup, and that's also where my name came from, because winged eyeliners are basically my signature look, and I thought it would be pretty clever to put that together. So I am gonna make a bunch of makeup related videos because it's something that I love doing, and I also think it's important for people to know that, like I said, it's not all of my identity. I think people are just so complex and have so many different interests, and I am one of them, and I decided to film a lot of these things that I love. My username also comes from a short story called A Very Old Man with Enormous Wings, and yes, I had to look it up because I spaced out, by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. And what it came from was that I honestly believe like this story sort of represents how people tend to deal with things, tend to deal with something that's not normal to them, that's something new to them. Alright, so this story, for those of you who don't know, a very old man with enormous wings falls onto the earth, and these two farmers take him in and put him in a cage. And a lot of people go to visit and they try to figure out the entire time, like, is he an angel? What is he? And this man doesn't speak the entire time. And so to me, the story was really like people just assuming he was an angel because he looked a certain way. People assuming that he was this. People assuming he was some kind of creature. People just assuming, or people treating him differently because of the way that they saw him. And the entire time he didn't speak. But in reality, he was just a very old man with enormous wings that happened to just have been there in that very moment. And I feel like that's me sometimes. People like to make assumptions about me because that's what people do. Yes, we all do it normally, but sometimes those assumptions get in the way of how people treat me. So when they meet me and they realize that I'm a little different than what they're used to, I think that's where the problem stems from. People treat me a certain way, or people sort of expect certain things from me. I don't want to make this video super long, but I just wanted to introduce myself and really put myself back there again. Thank you so much for watching. If you've watched up to here, subscribe, like, or comment, and you can give an individual their wings. I think I really like using my iPhone to film, honestly. I keep looking at myself though because it's a habit. Subscribe, like, or comment to give some old man subscribe, like, to get what? No, that was so bad. Okay, let's do this again. There we go. That's how we're gonna do it. Yay. How do I?